So hey guys, I just want to show you kind of a quick overview of what you'll be getting. This is one set. You'll actually get 4 sets, and you can arrange them any way you want by just basically grabbing one over here and dragging them and dropping them, so you can create your own sets. And you can also, if you highlight the whole section here and copy it, and then you can actually open another set, paste all these over there. The reason I send them in 4 sets is because each set is about anywhere between 6 to 10 gigs large, so to upload 75 songs in one set would be a long time, and a long time to download. So that's why they're split into 4 sets, but you can move them around. Usually what I do is I make a master set with all the songs, then you can actually just take them and move your songs around in the order you want, save that as a like set 1, then you have set 2, set 3, set 4, however many sets you need. But how this is laid out, basically what we do is we have a count in track over here. So I don't know if you can hear this or not. Right now I have your click monitor auxiliary is here. So if you, with your sound card, you'd have 1 and 2 go to the front of mains, and then 3 and 4 would be headphones for the drummer and click. Another thing you can do is you can actually also, if you have a sound card with enough outs, you can actually go over here and go external, and you can send each. Right now, I'm using the internal sound card of my computer. But if you had, say, a sound card with 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 outs, you could actually send each channel to your sound man. So you have a channel for drums, a channel for percussion, channel for bass, channel for keyboards, channel for horns, guitar, backing vocals, and actually lead vocal track over here. So how this is set up, let me just kind of move this down a little bit, make it a little more legible. So you have your MIDI click, which is basically if you want to switch your click out. Right now I'm using the click I'm using is audio stems, as you can see right down here, and then you can actually switch it out to MIDI stems if you'd like, or use this channel, delete it later, or you can also use it to run lights. You can use MIDI clips to run your DMX lights. So anyhow, and the MIDI count in, this is audio count in. I'm not using any audio count in, but I have it there. If later on you want to add some audio for your count in, you can always do that. I have my count ins all in MIDI. So actually, let me just play so you can hear what it sounds like. Let me switch the click to external so you can hear it. So you can hear the click and the count in.
Intro, breakdown, 3, 4.
So that's the count in track right here. And so if you don't like the way something's sounding, you can actually move
Verse,
this.
2, 3, 4.
You can actually move that verse to, say, like, chorus. You can do that on the fly.
Vamp, 2.
So that's why I have my count ins
Verse, 2.
as MIDI. They're basically just little sample files over here. If I go over here to the sampler, and you'll see here's drums.
Drums in.
And if I scroll up, oops, sorry. You can see
1, 2, 3, 4.
that's how I do that. Vamp.
Vamp, solo, bridge, pre-chorus, intro, outro, verse, chorus.
Come up here, and anyhow, you get the basic idea. You just basically move the MIDI clips around, and that's where you need your count in to be at. But these are already all done. So all these already have the count in track. On the 75 songs, there are some brown ones, and that's just basically the audio clip doesn't really match up with the grid, so the count in track just doesn't really work that great. So you can use it if you want. Actually, I'm sorry. That's not what the brown means. What the brown means is basically with these songs, they're all warped in Ableton. So say if I wanted to change the pitch, so like say the singer was singing it like a half step down, you can actually go here and you can, since they're warped, you can actually transpose them, like say a half step. A half step would be -1, a full step would be -2, and you'd have to do that to all the clips in that song, but you can actually transpose it so you don't have to sing exactly to the same key that the song is in. So you can do that to all the tracks except for the brown ones. The brown ones just don't really work that way. And out of the 75 tracks, I think there's like maybe 6 brown ones where you wouldn't really be able to transpose it. I mean, you can try it, and I have some tutorial videos I'll send you over if you're not familiar with Ableton on how to do all that stuff. But basically, that's what it is you have the song here with the click and the count in.
Intro, breakdown, 3, 4.
You know, switch songs.
Drums in 3, 4. Intro 2, 3, 4.
Now, so your click would be going out into your drum monitor, which is coming out of here. All these sends right here are all the sends right here. That's the mix going to this drum monitor auxiliary. So if he needed a little more, drums or whatever in there, you could actually turn that up in your drum monitor. And which is nice is even if you're playing with a live drummer, what you would do is you deactivate that live drummer track. Say you're playing with a live bass player, you deactivate the bass track. You're playing with a live, of course you'd have lead singer, so you deactivate the lead track. And you have let's say you have a lead guitar player, you can deactivate that track. But what's nice, say the next night, maybe you don't have a bass player, so you could always reactivate that track. Now you have a bass track back in there. Say you have a lot of backup vocalists on stage, you don't need to actually use the backing track backup vocals. You can actually delete that or mute that out. Or say if some songs you do have you do have a bass player on, but some songs you don't. Well, all you have to do is click on the clip for that song. So this is the bass for this song. This would be the bass for this song. This would be the bass for this song, and so on and so forth. So say on your first song you have a bass player, so you don't need that here. You just hit 0 on your keyboard, and it'll deactivate that clip, and then you're not muting every single song. And I'll also give you some tutorials on that, and say maybe this song you have a bass player, so you don't need that, and maybe on this song, on Bruno Mars here, you have a keyboard player, so you don't need that. So you can actually go through and redesign these, however you want. Instead of actually deactivating every song, the keyboard on every song, you can just go through and deactivate certain parts of one. So maybe you have a lot of backup vocalists, on Rock With You, so you don't want to have backing track backup vocals. You can deactivate that by pressing 0 on your keyboard. But say on this Taylor Swift song, you need the extra backup vocals, so you can leave that one alone, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of ways you can do that. You can use with these sets. Like I said, you can either deactivate the whole, drums for every single song, or you can go through and deactivate them individually, and then also you can mix the different tracks individually. And I can show you there. I'll have some tutorial videos that if you buy it, I'll send those to you too as well. But the click track and the cue track are already in every song. That's 75 songs. You can see the list of 75 songs below. If you have any other questions, just ask me. You do at least need to have Ableton. Let me go back. Ableton Live. Ableton Live 9 or better. 9.5 or better actually, and there are ways around that. If you don't have it, you can also go to Pirate Bay and get it. I'm not promoting that, but I'm just telling you, you can go download from Pirate Bay, and this will open up just fine. Just make sure you download 9.5 and not 8, because this will not open anything earlier than 9.5. All right, so let me know if you have any questions.